Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be making a pumpkin soup. So here what I have are some diced pumpkin from my garden. I had a lot last year. I had a bunch of volunteers, and then I just also like to just plant them all over the place and also ask my neighbors for their pumpkins after Thanksgiving, and you know, all the decorations are done. So this is what I have. I have actually cooked down 2 bags of these inside of this huge stock pot here. And what I'm going to be doing next is peeling my potatoes and then adding those to the stock pot now that my pumpkin has already cooked down. I cooked it earlier in the afternoon and just left it, and I'm coming back. So basically what this recipe is, it's an Ecuadorian recipe. It comes with pumpkin as a base and then potatoes chopped. And you don't want to cook the potatoes like super soft or mushy or anything like that. You still want them to be like, you know, texturally cubed and all of that, cooked through, but not smushy. And then you add corn. It's ideal if you have like a savory corn, like in Ecuador, but that doesn't unfortunately exist here in the United States. So what I just use is bagged corn that I get from the store. And at the end, once you've got it all done, you'll add cilantro to it kind of at the end. I forgot to mention that I'll need an onion, so I'll be using a couple, what are these called? I'll be using some garlic that I have here on hand. This is an elephant garlic I got from my neighbor, and I'll be using just a couple of these shallots that I have as well. So that'll be my base with some turmeric, etc. And so why not just dig into it and I'll show you. I'm also simultaneously making some sourdough that I just had ready, and yeah, I'm just gonna add it to my Dutch oven. It's already super hot. I don't know if you can see that. Just my Dutch oven's here, and I'm gonna add my risen bread to my Dutch oven. So you want to do this really gently and don't lose all the air that's inside from the Benetton. Just do it very gently. Don't pull the cloth away too hard or anything. Just go very slow. I need to wash this cloth actually. I usually wash that by hand. And then you lift it very steadily into the pot. And this is super hot, so you want to be careful because I already preheated it in the oven here. And so this will go in the oven for 30 minutes with the pot lid on, and then I'll remove it after 30 minutes and bake it for 15 more minutes. Got my little timer here. I love this little guy. Okay, so I've already cut up my shallots, my garlic, and some just like little green peppers that I had. And I'm going to fry those up here. Add them to my frying pan. I put a little bit of olive oil in there as well. And while that's cooking, I'm just going to cut up the potatoes that I already peeled. So I have my stock pot turned back on, and I'm just going to cut. I have a few of these potatoes here. We're only 2 people, my husband and I, that eat in our household. So, you know, cut up as many potatoes as you need for your family. So every time I would have lunch and they would surprise me with this delicious soup, it was my favorite thing. I could eat many bowls of this and just, that would be my lunch. But yeah, we always had soup right before we would have an entree. So you'd have soup and then you'd have plato fuerte, so you'd have your entree, and then the entree could be, since we're vegetarian, you know, we would have like rice and maybe some lentils and a salad, or it could have been rice and beans and a salad, or there were some other cool things that we would eat. We didn't just eat rice and beans and all of that, but I can't think of everything right now. There were these cool things called yapingachos, which my husband and I have made before for my sister in Missouri, and she liked them. They're basically puree potato, smashed potato, and then you just you make like a patty kind of thing, and you add cheese to the center with, you know, onions and all of that. It's a process. Maybe one day I'll make a video about that. Let me know in the comments if you'd like that. So right now I am just making this, this is kind of like flavoring, you know, getting the onions and all of that. And here I'll go ahead and add some salt and pepper. Add a little bit of wine. That doesn't come with this, but I'm going to add it because wine goes really well with potatoes. It's just a hint of wine, so it won't overpower. So you want to kind of make these bite size as if you're, you know, gonna make them. Gonna just bite into it. It's like a kind of like a potato soup, but with pumpkin, you know. I recently had a really good potato soup whenever I was in Missouri visiting my family. It was really good. My mom even liked it. She could be a vegetarian and she doesn't even know. So when you put your pumpkin in your stock pot, it's gonna be frozen. So you want it to cook down, and then whenever it's starting to be soft, you want to kind of smash it. So I use a wooden spoon, and that does a pretty good job. And you stir it, and you just want it to be crushed. Now I'm going to add my potatoes. And add some hot boiled water to this so that my potatoes will boil now. I'll turn that up a little bit, turn the heat up. I'm going to add some salt already here. Let the potatoes cook with some flavoring. I'm going to add some turmeric to this for color more than anything. So your pumpkin is orange and you want some color, so it's good to add turmeric. And I'm going to add a little bit of cumin as well. Just a little bit. Maybe like 1/4 of a teaspoon there. And this is pretty true to the recipe that my mother-in-law gave me. Add some water. So I'm going to let this cook down just for a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to blend it in a little hand blender and then add it to the stock pot. So now I'm just going to add my onions and garlic to this little blender guy. Very carefully here since I'm working over the stove. And I added some extra liquid in there because it's always hard to blend if you don't have, oops, I'm making a mess here. If you don't have liquid. So I went ahead and I blended it all up, and it is just like you would think it is. It's kind of like, you know, blended up onions. It kind of turns green, but it's good. This is part of it. I'm going to just add that to the stock pot now so the potatoes now can cook with it. Add a little water here. Et voila. All right, guys, my timer just went off, so I'm gonna take the lid off of the Dutch oven. So pull this guy out here. Take the lid off of it. Look at that awesome crack. Do you see that? How it's starting to spread open. This is a big guy. This is a big old loaf of bread. And then I'll set my timer for another 15 minutes or so, or until it's golden brown, and then it'll be ready. All right, this has been cooking for about 15-20 minutes or so. So I'm going to just give it a check. Probably I will pick the steaming hot lid up with a oven mitt. It gets hot. It's a little too high, so I'm turning that down. And I'm just checking to see how tender the potatoes are. Like I said, you don't want to overcook these. You just want them just right. Taste test for salt. Give this a taste test. Need salt. Add some salt, probably a teaspoon to start out with, and then just go from there. Add some pepper. Add just a little bit more salt here. 1/4 of a teaspoon. So now I'm going to be just chopping up a bunch of cilantro. A lot of people like cilantro, and I think that cilantro makes this dish actually what it is, just so special and so flavorful, I would say. It's very fresh. Also, you know, if you don't like cilantro, maybe you like parsley, that could be a good substitute. But if you do like cilantro, I say you can't forget it. You have to use it. It's so good. And you want to add it closer to the end so that it doesn't really cook into it too much. And then you want to add it to the top. Had a girlfriend when we lived in Quito. She was from Spain, and she would always be like, I don't want the little herbs. Anytime we would go to a restaurant, I don't want the little herbs. And no one understood what that meant. They were like, what do you mean herbitas, you know? And we were always like, she doesn't want the cilantro, just don't give it to her. And it comes in everything, anything, everything. It's lime, cilantro, lime and cilantro. And so I got very used to it, and I love it whenever I get to use it in my cuisine. So I just checked on it with the fork, the old fork trick, and they're looking good. So I'm going to shut that off, grab a big old pile of the cilantro and toss it in. And the rest we'll add to our bowl. That should be it. That's it. Another thing to add to the top, if you have it on hand, is an avocado. So I like it a lot, so we use kind of a lot of it. We'll just cut it in half and then get that out. And then what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and cut it, slice it inside here already. And then whenever you take your spoon, you just scoop it out, and then you already have slices, and you put that on top of your soup. With some salt, because you always want to salt your avocado. Don't want to go without salt on that guy. And there it is again. Easy, really easy to scoop out after it's already cut too. And it comes out in its nice little slices. Hey guys, so here I am kind of just making the rest of this part of the video at a later date. My SD card filled up and I wasn't able to finish my beautiful pumpkin soup video here, so thank you for sticking around. This is a photo of how it turned out whenever we served it. So as you can see, it has a nice yellow hue to it, yellow orange, that appears mostly because of adding the turmeric. So you want to not overpower it with turmeric. I added probably half a teaspoon or so to this whole pot of soup, and I'd say I got at least 6 full bowls out of it. So my husband and I were able to eat off of this for a few days. And then, of course, as I mentioned, I was going to be having the avocado there, and you can see it. And yeah, finally, there's a picture here of myself, just kind of showing you my bread and the pumpkin soup as at the end. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments if you've ever tried pumpkin soup, or if you have any creative recipes that you like to do during the fall. Thank you so much. Hope to see you back next time.